Good, here we go. Okay. Good morning, Heavenly Humans. This is Darrell Cobbins Sr. One Heartbeat Podcast, sponsored by Destiny of Hope, helping our people excel, and also Limbs Limo LLC, owner Brandon Lewis Cobbins. I'm feeling some type of way this morning, Heavenly Humans, so bear with me, and please understand that this is not guided towards anyone that may be in my corner, may not be in my corner, whatever. This is my message to the world. This is my message to whoever calls themselves loving me and supporting me and supposed to be my friend, my associate, my close associates, my distance associate, my family, my mother, my brothers, my sisters, my nieces, nephew, aunts, uncles, cousins, just everybody that's supposed to be in my circle, everybody that's supposed to be a part of my life, everybody that's supposed to be just kind of like supporting me and now, so I'm gonna give you a little background about who I am first and foremost, and then I'm gonna break down something that's really, really disturbing to me as a man who called himself given to my community and to my family and to the mothers of my children and my brothers and sisters and the people I grew up with and people that I've just met in passing and people that call themselves my friends, or people that can you say something to them that that they don't like and they don't want to speak to you no more, or you sugarcoat stuff and they don't respect you, or if you say something too strong and they don't respect you. So it's like a damn if I do, damn if I don't moment, and that's what I'm going to talk about this morning, and believe me, I'm talking to me first, and I want to correct my life. Before I leave this earth, I want to be able to clear my slate of anybody that I hurt, harmed, disrespected, or whatever I've done. I want to be able to get that stuff straight, so I won't die in the state other than the state of peace. I don't want to die with regret. So I'm gonna talk just in general this morning, but I'm gonna be very specific in general, if you will. And so what I want to talk about this morning is that this is going to be a heartfelt message, and I hope people really understand where I'm coming from. And I hope that whoever listens can share it and subscribe to this channel and help me out. I'm asking for the public, the community, my loved ones to help me out to share this stuff, and or comment on it, or give me feedback, and all these things. You can email me at gcobbinssr2@gmail.com, or I can be reached anytime because I don't mind phone calls. That's what I do at 573-268-5192. Again, this is the Darrell Cobbins Sr. podcast. One heartbeat. One heartbeat standing for the love and the respect and the camaraderie and the coexistence between nature, humans, and animals, and we have to respect one another because we all one and the same, regardless of your size, shape, color, economic status, or whatever the case may be. We all one and the same. So here we go. Please understand and stay open-minded. And again, I know people don't even like this. One lady even told me she didn't like it. My saying that I came up with, the man is like a parachute. It only works if it's open. And if you get 10,000 feet in the air and try to parachute down and it doesn't work, you know what the end result's going to be. Okay, with that being said, let's get to it. Okay, I come from a little old cotton-picking town called Haytown, Missouri, born in Kenner, Missouri, to Boot Hill. Okay, no problem. It is what it is, okay? Moved up here when I was 7 years old, did some things, seen some different people that looked different than me, and because, where I come from was all black, so-called black, and, and that's what it was. When I got here, I seen other people, Philippines, Caucasian, Mexicans, and just different nationality of people. And that was okay with me because we were taught that everybody's the same. Okay, so I grew and got into this world of hustling and criminality and being hard-headed at home and ending up on the streets when I was 14, 15 years old. And, and the things went south for me, man. And I was in and out of some type of juvie institution, some type of parole or probation. From the age of like 7 to 8 until, 38, something like, 38. So we're talking basically in a crime life for like 30 years. Prison, a couple times, jail so many times I can't count. I was on 60 something the last time I checked, but I've been home. All that being said, I've been home for 20 some years, almost 23 years. And, and so in my, thought process this morning, the reason I want to put this out there to the universe, okay, to people that love me and care about me and supposed to be a part of my life, I am very, very hurt and disappointed that people will stop talking to me, or people won't support this channel, so people won't support me. People don't call me, ask me if I'm okay. People that I know that I've helped, and I'm not asking for it back. I'm asking for respect, though. I mean, it's like, you're supposed to give and love and don't expect it in return. But as human beings, we all want to be affirmed at some point. We all want to be affirmed. We all want somebody to say, thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Abdullah. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you, somebody. Thank you, somebody. Because it's a form of mutual respect. And then all of a sudden, the people that you think's in your corner stop speaking to you all of a sudden. So are you really in my corner? Are you jealous of me? Or you envious of me? Or do you not like me? The way my size, shape, color, or what I say to you? Or my conceitedness? Because some people say I'm conceited, which I don't think so. But it's a thin line between narcissism and confidence. You know what I mean? Because I think that you're supposed to pat yourself on the back as much as kick yourself in the butt. What I mean by that, in your own little world, without saying it out loud, or you can say it with certain individuals that have the confidence in themselves. You can say, hey, this is my thing right here. This is what I do. This is what I'm good at. I want to be of help over here. Or this is where I need help with. Can you help me with this? Well, I just want everybody out there to know that I don't have no ulterior motive at all to hurt or harm anyone on this earth. What does that mean? That means that everything that comes out of my being is to help somebody. It's to aid and assist someone in any way that I can. Within the boundaries of the law, God's law first, because God is the greatest, and I'm going to stick to that. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. And so I want to get all this stuff out of me right now, because Ramadan is starting. Yes, I'm Muslim, but I'm Christian too. So you call it what you want to. I'm a believer, and I'm a knower. I know there's a God. I'm going to say it like that. And this is my world. This is my chance to talk to whoever is respectful enough to listen and share with others. I believe in God Almighty, and that's all that matters to me. There's no compulsion in religion. I would not force that on anyone. But I will convey the message that I know is God's message. I didn't say I believe. I know God's message. I've been there. And if you know my life, you know that I've been pronounced dead several times. So I don't have to fake this. I just want to keep it 100. I want to keep it real. Okay. So, and I want to go back to who I was born to be, my culture, my identity, my way of thinking. And so we must that derive from me being studious and trying to study the things that are important to me, things that make me who I am, things that God created me to be. He created me to be something, you know what I mean? He created, and then my ancestors and all this stuff, but that's not to belittle no one. Not at all. It's just I'm living for me. I'm living for me, and through my actions and my living for me, it can be an example for somebody who out there who doesn't have the confidence, who doesn't have the moral fortitude to live a life without worrying about what the next person think of them. Yeah, do I want people to think I'm a good guy? Of course I do. I care what people think. And those tough guys that say, I don't care what you think about me, you could take that and shove it. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't get up in the morning and brush your teeth, or comb your hair, or take a shower, or open the door for people, or say, thank you, please, I'm sorry. So you do care about what people think about you. So let's cut that out right now. Okay, now we as human beings must understand that in order to make this thing happen, we have to be living examples. Our tongue is supposed to confirm what our feet are already doing. And if we're doing the right thing and the righteous thing, you understand what I'm saying? And a thing that's conducive to making a person feel good about themselves because we feel good about ourselves, then we talk about a world peace. Then we talk about the one heartbeat. We talk about getting along with the next generation. We're getting along with the next person that don't look like you, don't care about the economic status or the financial status or what church you go to or what mosque you attend or what temple or is in your town. You good then. Then nature. We got to respect nature. Where do you think we come from? We come from the earth. So why wouldn't you respect the very source in which you come from? So the animals come from the earth. Everything that is on this planet came from the soil, water, all these things. So we have to respect that, and that's what one heartbeat stands for, y'all. And that's just what it is. Okay, let's move right along. Okay, I'm saying for those out there who will listen to this, I love you. I respect you. I'm keeping 100 with you. I'm keeping it real with you. And I want this to reside in the very nature that God gave you, not into this societal created nature. And what I mean by that, you was born in the state of peace. You was born in the fetus position. You was born in the state of total submission. In Islam, we call it total submission. You was born a Muslim because you were born totally submitted to God's will. So in saying that, I want everybody to understand that when I am talking about me as just me, I'm not talking about what you believe, but when we talk, we take societal beliefs and traditions and customs and put them into our character. We are taking what man created. So when man created this societal dominance over people, then guess what? We start acting like society wants to act, and then society might as well be our God. So I'm just saying there are standards inside even the Bible and the Holy Quran and the Circle 7 and the Catholicism scriptures and the Hindu scriptures, and the Buddhist scriptures. There are ways to act and treat people. And if we do these things, we don't have to worry about the wars. We don't have to worry about our neighbors spying on us. We don't have to worry about the colors and all these things like that. You know what I mean? My nephew got a thing about the colors, and get rid of the colors and get these kids off these streets. Now I don't know, his name is Cartel Kales, and he got so much good music, and he got so much deep meaning that I listen to it practically 2 or 3 times a week. So, but the reason I'm bringing his name up because some of the things that he say make so much sense. It's almost prophetic. It was kind of like that Tupac thing, He'll say some things that can reside in the people who understands it, and that's okay. But God says, speak in a language people can understand if you want to reach them. So let's just rewind the tape again and say, okay, so this society created something that a way for us to act, a way for us to talk, a way for us to dress. But if you truly believe in the one who created society, the one who created democracy, the one who created the heavens and the earth, then you would understand that there's a way to act already without man taking it upon themselves to tweak it to make us think something different. Look, okay, let's take for instance, let's do something for instance. The Jews, the Christians, the Muslims, the Hindus, the Buddhists, Sister Teresa, Mother Teresa, all these people wore clothing that was conducive to a good moral standard of covering your bodies up. Covering your bodies up so people won't, so it leaves something to the imagination for the opposite sex. But now, I was in Sam's yesterday. I seen women there naked pretty much. Naked. I could see belly button, butt cheeks. I could see, the full leg. I'm just saying to myself, hey man, we got to do something about this. Hey, trust me, it was good. But in the hadith of Prophet Muhammad, may God be pleased with him, he said, the first look is permitted. The second look is prohibited. That means lower your gaze. You see that? Okay, you saw it. Now lower your gaze. Don't stare at the woman who's half naked. And women, don't take yourself out there and be half naked. Now what that got to do with my heartfelt message today is because guess what? When I started this podcast, it wasn't about me. And I have made it about me. And for that, I apologize. But today, it's about me, the God in me. I want God to know that he got to come first in my life in order for me to do this podcast to help people and help myself at the same time. You know, and, yeah, I want people to know that Glenn Cobbins Sr. Is out here trying to make a difference. Is out here trying to be my brother's keeper. You know what I mean? I'm out here trying to live the life, a pious life, a righteous life, a show and prove life, to satisfy the one who created me. And in doing that, maybe, just maybe, somebody can listen and take heed and try to redirect their lives and their thoughts. Redirect their lives and their thoughts. And so, if I hurt anyone in doing this or saying this, please forgive me. Because I'm not perfect either. I'm out here striving, but I want to strive with the very people God created to be around me. You don't meet people by chance. We meet people because God put these people, every human being that you meet has been put in your life so that there is something that you all can do together or maybe just for that moment, or maybe long term. Who knows? But, God knows. So we have to make sure that we understand exactly what we're doing out here. If we don't understand what we're doing out here, we're going to miss that boat. And that's what we don't want to do. So let's be ever mindful now. This is something that I'm feeling in my heart that I want to get out to those who do listen, those who do carry the message, and those who subscribe or don't subscribe. Those who don't want to keep following me, that's fine, But I'm telling you, this is a clean, pure thing that I'm doing in my heart. This has got nothing to do with me being facetious, me being sneaky, me being self-serving. It ain't got nothing to do with it. It's got something to do with me trying to do what the God Almighty want me to do so that I can convey his message to someone out there that may help them with their life and at the same time help me with my life. And that's what this is about this morning, y'all. Again, this is the Glenn Cobbins Sr. One Heartbeat podcast. One heartbeat standing for animals and humans and nature coexisting so that we can love and respect one another, not to hate and despise one another. So we always, ain't none of us special. We all are unique. In God's eyes, we're all special because he's created us. But we have a special uniqueness. Let me say it like that. And we have to understand what we're doing. We have to understand that there's a power greater than that of man that created us. I mean, go back to the basics and just say, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to make it to that next world, to that heaven, or one of those heavens up there? Because God said in any school of thought, he said he created the heavens and the earth. The heavens were plural, but the earth was one. Think about it, man. And then that way you can understand that, just like the judicial system, if you commit a crime, the kind of crime you commit is the sentence you're going to get. It's the same thing. The more work you do for God, the better sentence you're going to get. Or the more work you do against God, the worse sentence you're going to get. So let's get that out there, man. Because when I was a kid, they talked about heaven and earth in churches. And, man, they don't do that no more. If they do, I haven't heard. And I do. I go to a lot of churches. I used to, especially before the pandemic. I would visit churches because I want to fellowship with people. I visit the mosque. I want to fellowship with the same people that was created. You know what I mean? So, wow. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, again, I am out here striving daily to make myself a better individual. An individual that love people, an individual that don't mind sharing, an individual that want to be heard in a way that's pious and pure that God put on my heart. I want God to remove all the impediments from my heart, all the strife from my mind, all the jealousy and envious thoughts, all the things that Satan whispers in your brain and make you think that he withdraws. I want God to remove that from my life. I want to live a life that's conducive to the way my creator, who I call God Allah, I want Jehovah, I want that God right there to be proud of me. And I want that God to know that I'm striving with everything in my body to do the right thing on a daily basis. I want everybody out there to know that this is not about me. I want everybody to know this is about God Almighty. Whether you accept him or not is on you. That's not for me to say. But I know I can say about my personal experience with the one I know created me. And I know created you as well. I want y'all to know that this is what it's all about. This is what the One Heartbeat podcast is all about. We have to change lives, man. We got girls getting shot now. Come on now. We got people just getting shot every day. What is going on with that? That ain't cool. That is not cool. That is not cool at all. You know, we ain't protecting these streets like we're supposed to. We're not getting out here on these streets doing our thing. You know, I've been home 23 years, man. I should have an army behind me. Now I'm bragging. Okay, then. You call it what you want to. But I have personally risked my life, my freedom, for the very people that look like me and don't look like me, who believe like me and don't believe like me. But these are the people that breathe the same air that I breathe. These are the people that got the same color blood that I got. White, black, Hispanic, people from Iraq, Saudi, Sudan, you know, from other states and here in America. It didn't make no difference. When me and my friend Judy Hubbard and all of us started this whole thing about the Money Mission Center, we didn't care what you look like, what size, you color you were, how much money. We wanted to do God's work, and we did God's work. Shout out to Judy Hubbard, Jeff Jones, Sheila, Maxine Johnson, David Johnson. You know, these are the people that started the Money Mission. These are the people that helped me get out of here. The Community of Christ Church. These are the people that helped me get out here, to help me re-identify who I was and when I left the streets and went to prison the last time and came out and asked God, don't let me get out of this penitentiary until I'm able to be a man. I was born a male. I wasn't born a man. So that's why I'm doing this podcast this morning, you know, and I want y'all to understand that we can do it together. I want to work with people. I want to do it together. So anybody that ever hurt me, you're forgiven. So don't, you know, come around me, reach out to me, help me help others, help me help myself, help me make God proud. Let's do this thing together. We can do it. These are words that everybody know. These are the big words I'm capable of using. This is not the history that I'm putting out there that I'm capable of identifying with. These are normal words by a normal individual that want everybody to be at peace with one another. We have to change, and we need to change right here in the center of the United States, which is Columbia, Missouri. We need to be a catalyst to that next wave of peaceful negotiations with anyone that's breathing. We need to set the standards out here. We need to have an all-faith celebration so that all schools of thought can get together up under one vine and fig tree, up under one roof, to make sure that we all are on the same page and demonstrate our commonalities instead of our differences. We need to build bridges, not walls. We need to give, not take. We need to believe. We need to know. We need to study. We need to accept. Hey, y'all. I just want to be a part of I want to be a part of the solution. You know, in order to find a solution, we must first have a problem. Well, guess what? We got lots of problems. So let's try to find a solution to these problems, y'all. Together. I mean together. You know, I want to be a part of those ones. When I go down, when my grave is finally dug, that I want the world to know who they're putting in that grave, so I can go to that next level. I want the world to know that I submitted my will to God's will. I buried Glenn, and now this is a new and improved Glenn. This is the soldier for God Almighty. That's what I'm about right now. And I've sacrificed everything that I can sacrifice, and I'm going to keep sacrificing until it happens. I'm talking about everything. I'm not talking about just money and houses and cars. I'm talking about being celibate, you know, letting God determine who I'm supposed to be with, which is the one thing that we can't never do. You know, sex is at an all-time high. So is disease. So is disrespecting. You know, people just you just want to just flaunt sex all out there in front of people now. And I understand that because I was in it. And the people that know me know I was in it. I was all the way in it. You know, I was in it so deep that I'm so proud I can do the things I do. All praise be to Allah. All praise be to God. Because I was so deeply rooted in sexual adventures and sexual know-hows and sexual escapades and sexual coaching and all the prostitution. I was into all that. But that thing, that's that old person. That's not me anymore. That's not me. And I want that to be known because that's what's really killing us. You know, like everybody say, sex sells. Yeah. You know, these young rapper guys, these pro ball players and the people with the drugs and all that stuff, you're tricking these young girls out, man, and tricking young boys too. Boys tricking boys. Girls tricking girls. That ain't godly. You're going to pay for that. There's a heaven and a hell. There's a price we got to pay for doing those. So all those out there who's into that drug thing, that sexual solicitation and that sexual hunger and that predator and all that stuff right there, that whoremongering, stop it right now. That adultery, that fornicating, stop it right now. Stop it. God ain't liking this. That's going to take you to a place you're going to hate. Trust me. You're going to go to a place called hell. And there's different stages of hell too. Get in your books if you don't believe me. Get in your books and study. God in the Holy Bible says study to show yourself approved. So every day you need to go towards trying to learn about who God is, what he wants out of you, and what your life's supposed to be about. You know, that's why one thing I love about it, I don't like those old Negro spirituals. Swing down, sweet cherry stuff, and let me ride. You know, these people in the field were singing that so God can take their life because they was enslaved. You know? I mean, I hate those songs, but they meant something. They mean something today. You know? They talked about heaven and hell, like I said before. Jannah and Jannahim, heaven and hell. They talked about that. We have to forgive that monster called the slaveholder. We have to forgive those who persecuted us. That don't mean we got to keep taking it, but we can't use that as a device not to excel as a human being. That's what I'm saying. Forgiveness is for the individual. You have to forgive them and move on, because the insecurity that make another person enslave another person is just amazingly stupid. Okay? So don't worry about that. You can get over it, man. I got over it. I was gung-ho and was mad at the slaveholder, but the slaveholder still had a hold on me, not in the chattel of slavery. In the mind. My mind was still locked up. And have glimpses of it to this day. So it's a process, not an event. And believe you me, if you check my record, you know that thing that I was doing out there in them streets, fighting them police every time I got a chance with my feet and my hands and sticks and clubs and bottles and all that stuff right there, that wasn't faking. I did that. Am I proud of it? Hell no. Am I proud of standing up for myself? Hell yes. But there's a way that we can stand up now, and we got to have God in front of us. Back then, it didn't have nothing to do with God. You know what I mean? Now I can fight the adversary regardless of what they look like or how they come. But that ain't what we are about now. We're about demonstrating peace. That's what I'm about, demonstrating peace. And I need your help. I need you all's help so that I can demonstrate it, or we can demonstrate it together. It ain't about me leading nothing. It ain't about me following nothing. It's about us doing it together. Simple as that. Just like this right here. Can't nobody break that. But that bond needs to be held by all those who are in favor of righteousness. All those who are in favor of total submission. All those who are in favor of stopping the violence out here on these streets. That's where it's got to be held from. Does that make sense? I really hope it does, because, That's where I'm at, and that's where I want to be. And so, in saying that, this is the Darrell Cobbins Sr. One Heartbeat Podcast. One Heartbeat Podcast. Animals, human nature coexisting. And I didn't say black, white, green, or blue, or big animals, little animals, tigers, or lambs. I said all of us. So-called white, so-called black, so-called red, so-called yellow. You know what I mean? So all of us, all of us. The lions and the tigers and the lions and the lamb, laying down in the passage together, respecting one another, loving one another, having a peaceful conversation, a peaceful dialogue. If you're interested in this, if you're man or woman enough to react to me, do it now. Do it now. Because guess what? I'm going to keep doing what I do. I'm going to keep loving you. Those ones who don't, those ones who don't have the confidence to say, hey, Glenn, I got your back. Get the confidence because I got your back. I've proven that I've given my blood, sweat, and tears to this community, not only when I was in the game, because I helped a lot of people in that game too. You know, I did a lot of wrong in that game, and I hurt a lot of people in that game by even teaching them or letting them have a space to sell drugs and do all those things I was doing, burglarizing and robbing. You know what I mean? But now I'm against all that. I'm for righteousness. Now I am with a whole nother program, and I need your help. I need you all's help to make this thing happen so we can please our God. So we ain't got to go through this coronavirus stuff no more. So we ain't got to go through the little kids getting shot no more. So we ain't got to nobody being hungry. You know, one of the scholars that I followed named Zakir Naik, he said if everybody in this world give 2.5% of their income, that would end poverty. 2.5%, do you know that is nothing? Well, hold on, let's take that back. It's nothing to me because I don't make millions of dollars. But if you got a millionaire to give 2.5% of his money, think about it. That's a lot of money. Now, how many millionaires and billionaires do we have out here? And believe you me, if you millionaires, you people making all that money, got all that money, if y'all want to die with it, be my guest. But I hope you can think past that because you're not taking it. Well, where you want to get to does not require money. Where I'm going, it don't require money. You know what I mean? Yeah, I need my little money here to do my thing and eat, which is normal. But let me tell you something. It does not require money where I want to go. You understand? And you can't, if you can take it with you can bury it if you want to, like the Egyptians tried to do. But let me tell you something. U-Hauls and hearses don't mix, baby. I'm telling you that right now. So now, okay. So I hope everybody understands what I'm talking about. I hope everybody react to this. Subscribe to the channel, like it, comment on it. I can be reached anytime at gcobbinssr2@gmail.com. And or either 573-268-5192. This is the Darrell Cobbins Sr. One Heartbeat Podcast, sponsored by Destiny of Hope, helping our people excel, which is non-for-profit, and also Limbs Limo LLC, owner Brandon Lewis Cobbins. All right, now, this is where I ended. So, heavenly humans, last words, please stay open-minded. Please open your heart. Please listen to the words. Please help me help myself. I'm asking for your help. And I've never asked anybody for anything on the streets or off the street. Y'all know that when I got to the streets, I survived it. Yeah, all praise be to God Almighty. But you know, it was hard for me to ask people for stuff. But now I don't mind asking. Because guess what? When I'm asking you, I'm asking me. And when you're asking me, you're asking you. Because we're one and the same. If I'm hungry, feed me. Because that's what I want to do. Okay? All right. So, heavenly humans, this is the Darrell Cobbins Sr. One Heartbeat Podcast. Peace and plenty of love.